I just had a quick message to put out. This could be for someone specific or a few people. Um, in the dream state, I saw that as it was a masculine energy, and I saw a photograph. It was weird. It was like Instagram though, like in real life. And it was a photograph of him and another person, and he was like getting a shout out or giving a shout out to like these organizations or whatnot doing philanthropy. And then I saw in the next scene these masculines and the man were having a conversation about like backdoor deals or something like that. Um, what's happening right now is a lot of people they are trying to figure out ways to offset their karma. Specifically, I do feel like there's people who've been doing a lot of trash and like madness and chaos. And what they're trying to do now is they're trying to offset that karma by giving to charity and things like that. And it's not gonna work. You know, in the these different secret societies like Masons and things like that, they study alchemy and they know that in order to offset the heaviness that they've accumulated in their spirit through their rituals or the people that they've harmed or the money that they've stolen, et cetera, that they try to do service. They try to do service to kind of offset that energy. But it doesn't work because at the end of the day, the Most High didn't tell you, oh, go donate to that organization or go do a photo op or go do that to offset your karma. They already gave you specific instructions. And those instructions need to be followed. Listen to what Malcolm told you to do, and he told you to do it a long time ago. What's also going to happen right now too is a lot of these fake ass karmics that have been getting caught up in bullshit ass mess, who may already be working within like social justice or activism or charity or whatnot. They're going to try to start upping the ante. They're going to try to start upping the ante to appease people and make people feel like, oh, what they did is not that bad or whatnot. And it's not going to work. It's actually going to prove, it's actually just going to prove that they're fraudulent, low vibrational people to begin with. Right now, the universe, they want their payment in karma. They don't want their payment in, oh, well, we'll just give money here and there and that should be okay. No. A lot of the transgressions that have been facilitated are far beyond giving a donation here and there or performing for this organization to raise money for this and this and that. It's past that. It's past that. Um, yeah, it's not that easy. Yeah. And a lot of these karmics, they know that they're getting hella karma for what they did specifically to you. So they feel like, well, I'll just go over here and I'll do this and this. It's not even gonna work. So what's the point? Because you just still end up back to square one. You end up right where you ended. Matter of fact, you're even getting more karma because why are you giving resources to these fake ass organizations that are not really doing the work in the first place? Hi, Astrum. I can't say the rest of your name, so let me just say that. A lot of these organizations, I'm just going to speak from experience, they're controlled by the Rockefellers, the Ford family, Bush Prescott, the Soros, all of those people. And the only reason why they give money away and started a lot of these different movements and things like that is tax havens to avoid taxes. Not because they actually give a fuck the havoc and the chaos and the harm that they created on planet Earth. Because they're way in the hole several lifetimes for that, several generations for that. And these people are going to go align themselves with their enemies and individuals that and organizations that are not really doing shit for the community at all, or individuals that have a whole bunch of karma and now they're getting even more karma when they just should have just did what they were supposed to be doing in the first place. It's like you're just wasting your time. And I feel like some of these people are going to end up getting caught up because a lot of these organizations are getting caught up too, these movement leaders. And I'm going to tell you right now, because I'm from the Bay Area where a lot of this stuff is popped off, like Black Lives Matter and other movements, all of them are getting exposed as frauds right now. All of them. What a time to be alive. All of them are getting exposed as frauds right now. It's nationally, it's happening. Right. And I'm going to say another thing too. A lot of them too are going to get exposed for money laundering and embezzling and shit like that from their organizations or from their foundations and shit like that. All of it is about to come out right now. All of it's about to come out right now. So I would just be really mindful about, aligning with these organizations. That's why there's going to even be a resurgence too in the types of organizations that get funded and who's getting to do the work. A lot of the work that needs to get done is not been getting done because there's people who are specifically placed in those positions to gatekeep and block and continue the spiritual warfare. If you took the spiritual warfare class, we talked about the systemic form of spiritual warfare. Follow the money trail. Yeah, all of it is about to come out right now. And a lot of it's like basically like, even when MLK was out doing his work, he was being funded by the ops. Think about what we just talked about with Malcolm X. Then that's why I just told you. Thank you all. Yeah. I've been on point about everything. This stuff is it's coming down hard right now. It was time because Saturn is in Aquarius. Duh. Saturn is still in Capricorn and Vedic, so that's still working itself out too in terms of public recognition, career, financial institutions. You guys saw the news that they just put out, Al Jazeera and other CNN and other news sources about Malcolm X and his passing. I told you that there's going to be something explosive that gets exposed, but did you hear what they were not saying? If we know that Nation of Islam and them got caught up for hitting up Malcolm, and now it's coming out that the government and the FBI and shit like that were in cahoots, were also involved. They're trying to tell you that they've been in cahoots the whole time. They've been in cahoots the whole time with the feds. That's what they're trying to tell you. Obviously, because he's still alive. And that's the hallmark of a real nigga. Unfortunately, they end up getting killed. Come on now. Thank you, Divinity's Child. I try my hardest. Yeah. That's what they're trying to tell you. They're trying to tell you that they've been in cahoots the whole time. They're messy. They're all getting exposed right now. They're frauds. They've all been in cahoots with the feds. They've all been in cahoots with the elite. They've all been in cahoots with the 1% to hide shit and transform shit. And that's why a lot of these people that are running, some of that, they need to get caught up. They need to get caught up. So some of them are going to go get caught up with these movement leaders and these organizations and giving money and stuff like that. And they're all going to get caught up together. Some of that's what needs to happen. They need to all have their reputations run together. A lot of these organizations, so I'm going to tell you right now, they're going to be rejecting money from these karmics though, because they already smell something coming. It's like, you remember when people were boycotting the Super Bowl? There was a couple artists that went and still performed anyways, and you see how they got backlash? Now that everything's kind of quieted down with Kaepernick, you see everyone running back to go perform like nothing happened. The backlash is going to start up again. The coast was not clear. They were testing to see who was really, really down. Young Pharaoh exposed them? Yeah. Y'all got to be careful. We talked about this. We did a Malcolm channeling like a year ago this time, and he told you, he said, just watch. They're all going to get exposed. They've been in cahoots with the feds. They've all been money laundering. They've all been trafficking, and they've been doing all that type of shit, and they're just keeping up with fake-ass movies just to appease people. They've been laundering money, tax evasion, and fraud through these different organizations that they host. They're all getting exposed. It's over. I'm telling you right now, especially here in the Bay Area, because this is where a lot of the foundations are that fund nationally and stuff like that, there's going to be a huge scandal with money laundering. Ooh, but that's what they brought upon themselves. They should have stayed in the fucking lane. Anyways, for those of you who are listening, if you know somebody, I would say if this is you, be careful with who you get yourself involved in, because you're about to get yourself involved in hot fire. Saturn's in Aquarius. Be mindful right now. Everyone's getting exposed. You know when I knew that no one was untouchable? When they sent Martha Stewart to jail. I'm going to keep it hella real. You may think that that's funny, but when they sent Martha Stewart to jail, that's when I said nobody's untouchable on this planet. For jail time, we're getting exposed, extortion, money laundering. Nobody. I hope you all have a good day. I'll be on with the Divine Feminine channeling later. And then for astrology, for the Patreon, we'll be finishing the shadow work reading today. Bye.